Thank you. Thank you. I do like a warm hand on my entrance, as a famous comedian once said. So, without further ado, let me crack on with my set. So, it's great to be here tonight. Obviously, as you know, we're all doing our bit for cancer research. Right on. What you don't know is we're also here to raise awareness for another fantastic cause. It's the Erectile Dysfunction Helpline. I see Jan just going, yeah. Sorry. I mean, we were going to have a big hanging banner, but apparently they had problems getting it up. Every time they tried to push it through the door, it just got all floppy. I tried to give them some encouragement. I said, come on, lads, push it in, it's not hard. That didn't work. It's great to see so many friends and family in tonight. Yeah, not mine, obviously. You know, they told me the only reason they're coming here tonight was because tickets to this are cheaper than sitting indoors with the lights and the heating on. Tight bastards. I've forgotten what I am now. Everyone else says I might as well. No, I'm fast approaching my mid-50s, and yeah, thank you very much, Jan. Yes, I know. And so I decided to write myself a bucket list, or what my wife has taken to call my midlife crisis list. Yeah. So there's a few things on my bucket list. One of them was doing stand-up comedy. And the other one was to buy a motorbike. So I was talking to my wife and I said, well, what do you reckon? She said, buy the motorbike. I said, why is that? She said, well, quite frankly, you're not very funny. Ooh, exactly. I said, yeah, but I can't ride a motorbike either. She said, yes, I know. So either way, you're going to crash and burn. But at least with a motorbike, I'm copping for some life insurance. Cheeky cow. I've got 20-year-old twin girls at home. And well, don't woo. I tell you what, the rows they cause in my house, the rows we have. Oh, I'm starting to think that putting them on that bucket list was a bad idea. I've said to them, if this carries on, you're on the next flight back to Thailand. Go on. I know I'm getting older, I'm getting older. And one of my kids came up to me the other day and he's talking about YouTubers and TikTokers and influencers. I haven't got a clue. The only influencer I knew growing up was Big Baz. Yeah, he used to influence me to hand over my pocket money. Because, I mean, it was rough where I grew up. It was very rough. So what I used to do was I learnt a few magic tricks. That way I could entertain Big Baz and his cronies and I wouldn't get my head kicked in. Oh, yeah, I'm not just a pretty face. I first got the idea from my dad. He taught me escapology when I was really little. We started out very simply. He had a rope and he would tie my hands and feet. And once I got out of that a few times, we moved on to the intermediate level. Yes, intermediate, Jan. It means a bit more than beginner. So the intermediate level, we had handcuffs and we had chains and padlocks. And I got really good at that, mastered that. So then we went on to the expert level. Now, the expert level with escapology, for those that have never done it, that is, you have to get out of the chains and the handcuffs and the ropes whilst tied in a sack. And you know what? It turns out escapology is fucking easy. In fact, the hardest part about escapology is always that long swim back to the canal bank. You know? But as I untied that last brick and dragged myself out, the tears of joy down Mum and Dad's face. Oh. Well, I'm assuming it was tears of joy. It's hard to tell as I sped off in the car. But in their defence, it is a long drive back from Birmingham, so they wanted to miss the traffic, didn't they? You know, it's still rough where I live, though. It's still rough. It's the kind of place where they measure people's IQ by how many teeth they got. I was in my local Lidl's the other day. Some woman smiled at me. She set off my barcode scanner. wouldn't mind. I didn't even want a set of fucking saucepans. And my local boozer's rough. I'll tell you how rough that is. They had a pub quiz the other night. The first question, what you fucking looking at? Oh, pardon me? The second question was a bit easier. It was, who shot President John F. Kennedy? I said, it was Lee Harvey Oswald. Because I've got genius teeth, see? And then it all kicked off at the bar, didn't it? All kicked off, they were shouting, you grouse! I always knew you was a grouse! Stitches get snitches, you grass! I was all right, calm down, Mum. It was the last time I'll take her anywhere, I tell you. Although, to be fair, she was a bit upset. She was a bit upset because she had her eye on the first prize. The first prize, have a listen to this. You'll be jealous. It was a weeks-long, all expenses paid, alibi to a crime of your choice. Ooh, very worth having, I think you'll find. I mean, obviously, as I said, I've got genius teeth. I won. But unfortunately, I was influenced into handing it over to Big Baz. So that didn't go down too well. So that's about all from me tonight, people. But I would just like to say, you know, if you've had a good time, you've really enjoyed the show, and on your way out, you fancy getting a cheeky little DVD, my mum's got all the latest releases. She's selling them out of the bar for £5. Thank you very much. Thank you.